What's good, everybody? It's your boy Alex Wardu, MicDrop Podcast. We're back in the building again. I got my guy here, Killshot. Say what's good to the people, bro.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Killshot in the building. Appreciate you having me, Alex.
Appreciate you coming on again, man.
Most
Um,
there.
yeah, make sure if you're watching this, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. So just talk about. I know it's been a while since the last time we talked. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Just talk about how life's been, since then.
Yeah, it has been a minute since I was last here. A lot of things have changed, good ways and in major ways. Since I last spoke with you, I've been all over the United States and the world. Got to tour with several major artists. Received a few platinum and gold records.
Hmm.
Things been going up, can't complain too much. Highly blessed, super appreciative of all the opportunities that have come my way.
Absolutely, bro. And congrats on all that success, bro. It's really nice when I have like producers come on here, and I interview them when they start, and then like they're already starting to accomplish stuff, and then now they're just out there. They're global. But yeah. So talk about Killshot Records. What was your inspiration behind Killshot Records?
Yeah. So when I was first getting into the transition of working as an engineer and a producer, and then trying to scale to that next level, I realized a lot of the most successful people in the music industry have their own record label. Now, beyond just having a record label, the biggest thing that people don't understand is you need the right distribution. There's only three real major labels. You have Sony, Universal, and Warner Brothers. Every other label in existence is a subsidiary of them and specifically focuses on just music or audio. Where when you look at someone like a Sony or a Universal, these are television film production companies. They work in the music industry, but they also do television film productions, which is a whole nother level of budgets, of scale, of audience. That's why it's very significant and important to understand the ecosystem of how it works and also the long term goals of what you have. So I explained this to say I got connected with The Orchard, which is one of Sony Music's distribution companies. I partnered up my label with them. I already was having quite a bit of success in my personal career. This made it possible for me to obtain what I felt was a really good opportunity. Once I set up the label, that's when I now have the freedom to distribute my own music, to bring on other artists, and to even bring in other labels to the situation because I highly encourage for artists, producers, anybody that wants to actually have control and scale a business of their own in the music industry to start a recognizable label. This is the infrastructure of anything. And the easiest way I can explain it is if I contact an artist and I say, hey, I want to work with you, or if I'm an artist and I'm contacting a producer and I say, hey, I want to work with you, that's a certain level of business. It's peer to peer, right? But when you have your own label and your label contacts a producer or contacts the label that a producer is signed to, that's when you're doing business to business operations. This comes with a little more professionalism, tends to open that door, ease of access, because now they're not looking at you like, oh, this is just some random guy trying to shop with me. They're like, oh shit, a label's trying to hit me up.
Yeah.
Take you a little more serious. So I say all this to say my biggest goal has been number one, building the infrastructure in Dallas, and number two, maintaining ownership and control of what I have. I've always been independent the entire time I've been in the music industry. I've never signed to a major label, never done a publishing or admin deal. I've managed to maintain what I have solely independent. Shout out to everybody who believes in me, works with me. Always grateful for the opportunities. I have worked with all the major labels, but on some contracted work, not on a committed situation. So
Okay. Okay. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. And then since starting, you know, the record label, have you been able to like sign any artists so far, or is it just like starting up still?
Yeah, so I've actually signed quite a few artists, but the way that I do business is slightly different. I don't sign artists for like a long term situation.
Mhm.
I offer distribution deals. So with a distribution deal, it could be on a single, it could be on an album, it could be for a set amount of time. In most cases, a distribution deal is going to range for like 2 to 3 years, but I have found more success in a single or project based type of deal because it gives the artist more freedom. It's like, hey, test out what we have going on, see how we like it. Ultimately, being real for the label, it's not the most beneficial because there's no commitment from the artist. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? They can
Yeah.
just kind of try it out and see what happens. But for um, my peace of mind and for my ability to move around, it's so much easier to kind of let them see how it goes. And then at that point, if they commit, I know they're really serious. And if they don't, no worries. I still got what I got going on, or I can move on to another artist who might be more serious. I have worked with, 30 plus artists on my label now, done all types of major features with artists that have come over. That's kind of what I got the most motion with right now is when artists need to release a song that has a really big feature on it, they come to me because I know how to get all the paperwork done. I know how to submit it, how to get it playlisted, how to market it, social media content. These the biggest thing actually that I would say 90% of artists don't understand either is primary rights on their releases. This is when you submit it to Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, any of the platforms, and it not only displays both artists' name, right?
Mhm.
It also displays on both artists' Spotify pages.
Oh.
So it's releasing to both artists' audiences as a song. And this tends to boost the streaming numbers significantly. The organic reach is much larger. This isn't something that's available through any label or any distribution company. You have to have access to the right one. And
Mm.
this is something that not only do I provide, but I'm an expert in this as well. I've had a lot of experience. I founded Killshot Records in 2023. Since then, I've had collaborations with Vulture Love and Sniper Gang, which are both of Kodak's labels.
Mhm.
I've done all kinds of work with other artists as well through the umbrella of Killshot Records. And I think that there's been more opportunities than I can discuss on just the podcast. But
Yeah.
if that gives you a taste or an idea of some of the things that have come from establishing a real recognized label in the industry.
Mm. Okay. Okay. What do you think is like probably the biggest mistake that new artists coming into the game make, especially when they have like maybe a bubbling single, or they're starting to get reached out to certain labels? What's like the biggest mistake that you've seen personally with working with artists that they make usually?
That's a great question. The biggest mistake that I see, this is the most common mistake I see, okay? Artists do not promote or market their song long enough. When they have a song that they believe in and they want to get a hit and they want to get their numbers up and they want to grow social media audience, that requires being promoted for 6 to 9 months, sometimes more, sometimes a whole year.
Mm.
Because I'll give you some real examples too, so you can have perspective on this. A lot of times when a song becomes a hit, people do not know the artist name, but they can sing you the lyrics.
Mhm.
And I use this example all the time. If you go see OT Genesis in concert, what song is he for sure gonna perform?
I'm in love with the go.
Exactly. You know
Yeah.
how many people I say, hey, OT Genesis? And they're like, nah, who's that?
Yeah, that's
And then I
true.
say, I'm in love with the cocoa.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I know that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's thousands of examples of this, but this is one of the most, familiar ones for our era. That it's like people will know the lyrics, they'll know your song, but they won't know the name or the brand. And because of that, a lot of times artists are trying to skip and take shortcuts and they miss out on the most important part, which is familiarity with the music.
Mm-hmm.
If they know your song, they will get to know you over time. But if they know your name and they don't know your song, it doesn't matter how many people know you because there's no actual point of reference for your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And this all comes from nowadays people talk about, oh, just release, drop content, do this. And that's great for a social media approach. That's not how the music industry works. If you look at any song that's ever made it to major broadcast on the radio, these songs are sitting in the program directory for years at a time. They stay spinning the same music over and over and over and over. That's what creates number one, a hit, number two, a brand. And that's where most of these new artists come in and they just want to fucking drop 10 songs and think they're going to get $1 million record deal. And it almost never works like that.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you're saying that volume doesn't always necessarily mean success. It's kind of like quality, promotion. Also, what do you think is like the primary? Is it just playlisting promoting? Um, is it just mostly playlisting? Like, what would you think is like the best way to promote a song that's kind of
Um,
bubbling?
okay. So playlisting is very important. But the reason why playlisting is important is because it brings you streams without you having to market or promote the song. The playlist is going to automatically suggest it, whether that's to repeat listeners, whether that's to new listeners. Playlisting is the way to maintain consistently getting streams. Now, playlisting is not the most important thing when it comes to music discovery. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times that's going to come through some kind of social media, whether it's TikToks, whether it's Instagram Reels. These are things that people constantly discover new stuff. You know, if something happened on the news, let's say Amazon's stock drops $200 or something, you're going to see it all over social media across 50 different pages.
Mm-hmm.
But it might have happened yesterday or 2 days ago or whenever. But most people discover it via social media. Nobody watches the news like that.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't texting each other about that unless they're heavily invested into what they're looking into. It's like social media is the outlet people discover on. So when you're trying to get your song broken into the eyes of the audience, it has to be through social media. It's the only way. But when you want to get streams and consistency over time, longevity, playlisting is what creates that. Because the longer your song is on a playlist, the more likely it is to be recommended without somebody searching for it or following you.
Mm. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Okay. Well, congrats on the whole Killshot Records thing that you got going on. That's great to hear. That's great to hear, bro. I also saw that you worked with. I think you might have worked with. I think it was J Lo around that time, or you had like some kind of
Yeah,
work with J Lo. Talk about how did that whole experience go? Like, how did you even go about getting that placement?
for sure. Crazy experience. Shout out to my mentor, Chris Godby. He's a GOAT. He's engineered for Timbaland and Justin Timberlake for damn near 20 years now.
Mm,
Basically, I was doing a lot of assistant engineering work with him. Me and him had been locked in for several years. Got a lot of major placements with Chris. He had sent me some files one day, was like, hey, I need this turned around ASAP.
mhm.
I'm like, okay, cool. And I go to download them and shit. And the password and the shit and all the stuff is like J Lo some shit. And in my head, I'm thinking like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So when I download it and I open the session and shit, I'm like, J Lo, and I press the play button, and I'm like, this is fucking J Lo.
Yeah.
So I text him. I'm like, is this Jennifer Lopez?
The Jennifer Lopez.
And he's like, yeah, we're doing her album. Like, this is just the first like two songs. I got like 10 more coming.
Mm.
Like, bet. So I, start working on setting up all the sessions, doing some mix stuff, sending them back and forth. Me and him had been working remotely, so like I'll do some of the work on my computer, send it to him, vice versa. Then eventually I go pull up or we meet up at a studio, whatever it is, and we worked like in person to finalize everything out, bounce the stems, submit it to the label, get the mix approvals from the producer and from her. And it was a big long process. This is something that happened over
Hmm.
months of time.
Yeah.
But I think we did every single song on the album minus one. I think there was only one that we didn't end up mixing, and it was because they had requested, the featured artist requested to have this other engineer, Jason Joshua, do it, who's like a fucking mix goat as well,
Yeah.
by the way.
I know Jason.
So that was so crazy, bro. Like they end up turning the whole album into an Amazon Prime special called This Is Me Now. Like the album we mixed is the soundtrack of the movie. We did all the Dolby Atmos mixing for it.
Mm.
This was like something that was some real high level
Yeah.
industry shit. And in my opinion, personally, like the album never got the credit or recognition it should have got, because there's some amazing songs on there. Rebound is one of my favorite ones. Can't Get Enough is fire.
Okay.
Really, it's like a no skips type album, but yeah, getting to do that, this was her last studio album that she's doing, as far as we know. That's what she has said. So I feel like I got into the final like
Mm.
gateway
Yeah.
of some legacy artists that I'm 29, I'm gonna be 30 this year. Like most people are not gonna ever get the opportunity to do that. So it
Yeah.
really felt like a significant accomplishment.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I was extremely grateful. As I said, this was a really long process to go through. I learned an incredible amount of stuff. Despite all of the knowledge and experience I already have, when you get to tackle a task that large, it
Mhm.
really enhances your skills,
Yeah.
sharpens everything up, whether it's your ears, whether it's your plug-in techniques, whether it's like your, mindset behind it, because mindset is so important too. When you go into something that's a big task, you have to know how to take it piece by piece. And the saying that I always use, write this quote down: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Mm. Okay. Okay. That's definitely a tweet for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a tweet. That's cool because like I know I saw that on your page, and I know that's kind of like a little bit more different than what you're usually, from what I've seen, that you're usually used to, like as far as like hip hop and stuff. So I saw that and I kind of wanted to ask you about it. So that's cool. That's cool, bro.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So let's go by Key Glock.
Yeah,
Went platinum 2 years ago. One of my favorite songs from Key Glock. I actually like Glockavelli. I believe that came out last year. I believe it's one of my
for sure.
favorite albums. Like most of those beats, most of those samples from that album, elite. Like I still play that album to this day. One of the better albums that I like. Talk a little bit about the process on making "Let's Go" on. I think it was Glaucoma too.
Yes, it was. So I'll tell you, this is a funny ass crazy story, bro.
Okay.
Like it was January of 2023. They were having the Young Dolph pop-up museum. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. This is my favorite rapper, y'all. Anybody that knows me knows this. I literally started working in the music industry and making music so that I could work with Dolph.
Mm.
Um, Fast forward, we're at the museum. It's supposed to be like Friday and Saturday, but on Thursday night they have like a soft opening, friends and family only, cater a bunch of shit, get the invite to pull up over there. So me and my homie Lex, shout out to Lex, pull up to the museum, walk in that motherfucker, it's popping.
Mm.
Anybody that's like an influencer, radio personality, like somebody in the city of Dallas is there.
Mm.
And then it's all the paper route people too, which I've been locked in with paper route since 2021. I've been working with Glock since then as well. I have a pretty good history of, doing some major shit with him. Walk into the museum, it's all set up amazing. I mean, they have quite the artwork and pieces put together. It's really, really cool. I'm like the only white dude in the whole motherfucker, bro. Swear to God. So I'm like walking around waiting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already knowing. I'm like, Glock's in town. He's probably going to want a studio. So I called and reserved a studio just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm walking through the museum shit, like, turn the corner, walk through. Like, I see all the security. I see Glock. I see Daddy O, who's the CEO of Paper Out. I see all the
Mm-hmm.
people, like, sitting back there type shit
Yeah.
in this area on these couches. And, like, everyone's surrounding, like, trying to get over there and see them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
As I walk by, Glock's like, Killshot. And I,
Oh.
like, turn and look real quick. And he, like, just waves me over. So, like, I walk over, the security kind of look at me. He like, what the fuck? But then he recognized me because he's met me a few times. He's like,
Yeah.
you're good, come on. So I go sit on the couch, like, right next to Glock. And he, like, passes me the backwood. Me and him are smoking and shit.
Yeah.
Like, if only you could have seen the look on everybody's faces over here. It's like, who the fuck is that? And I'm just chilling, you know, chopping it up with all the dudes and shit.
Yeah.
And that's when Glock's like, you got the studio, right? And I'm like, yes, I do.
Easy network.
Yes, I do. So after we leave the event and shit, slide over to the studio. Glock, when he gets in the studio, this man works. Like, no exaggeration. Like, we are doing like 3, 4, 5 songs in a night. He's not leaving the booth till we finish everything. Like, he doesn't halfway do a song. When he starts a beat, he finishes that motherfucker. And he's fast too.
Mm.
So, and he freestyles everything, punches everything in. So it's like me and him have like a really good like workflow.
Okay.
And then on top of that, like obviously I fuck with the music super heavy. So when I'm there, it doesn't matter if I'm there 20 hours. Like I vibe with it. Like it's easy to connect to and stay engaged, which is like a huge part of doing a long session, you know? If you're not really fucking with the music, so hard. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Even if it's 10 minutes, you're like 10 more minutes. But with
Yeah.
him, I'm like, let's do another one. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so we knock out a couple songs. He's got beats from all the biggest producers, Bandplay, Buddha Blessed, you know, everybody type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the beats that came on was Let's Go. And we're trying to pick between like 3 different beats to do. It's like the final song we're doing for the night.
Mm.
And he's like, Killshot, which one do you think I should do, bro? I'm like, shit, I like this one. And it was the Let's Go beat.
Oh,
But like
okay.
the other beat he had was from Buddha Blessed. Shout out to Buddha Blessed. That's my guy. He at the time I didn't know him personally, but he's one of my favorite producers. Like he's made so many songs that I fuck with. I'm low key like I kind of want to do Buddha's beat,
Yeah.
but then Let's Go was just like so fucking hard. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, let's do this one. And he asked his brother, his homeboy, his name's PJ.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, PJ, which one you like? He's like, yeah, I like the one Killshot like. So he's like, fuck it, load it up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Man, when I tell you he went in the booth, the minute we started doing it, like everyone in the studio, because we're in the control room, he's in the booth, everyone in the studio is like, yeah, this motherfucker.
Yeah,
This
that's the one
motherfucker,
right
one
here.
of them ones.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then when he did the ad libs, bro, like in the song, if you really listen, you can hear him way more. But when he did the ad libs, bro, like that's what really just set that whole motherfucker off. Like, I swear, somebody made like this dude, JDK Animations or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
made like a fucking animated video of Key Glock in the studio making Let's Go.
Oh yeah.
And he like goes Super Saiyan in the fucking like video.
Yeah.
When he did the ad libs, I swear, like that was literally his aura. And it just turned the whole fucking record up. Like when we came out, fucking cranked the whole fucking system max level. We're bumping that hoe. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, this shit gonna go.
Right.
Sure enough, like I think that was January 23rd of 2023. Like August 2nd or August 3rd of that year is when Glaucoma 2 Deluxe came out. Let's Go was on there. By December of 2023, Glock calls me. He's like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, happy holidays, da da da. You know, Let's Go is platinum, right? And I'm like, no fucking way.
Man, that's
He's
quick.
like, yeah, like I ain't really told nobody yet, but they just hit me up from the NBA. Like it's about to be the Boston Celtics theme song for the NBA Finals,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
I remember
they
that.
wanna make it the theme song for NBA 2K, the video game or some shit. Like we
Yeah.
knew this way ahead of when it actually came out, type shit. So at that point, that's when I knew. I'm like, oh shit. Like I already knew from when the song came out, like how many people were fucking like
Hmm.
playing it. It's all over social media. It's blowing up on TikTok and shit. I'm like, this is gonna be one. But I swear to God, bring me a Bible. I'll put my hand on it. Every single night in August of 2023 and in September as well, I used to go out in Dallas. Like all my homeboys are the biggest DJs at all the clubs. Like I used to have other homies that slide with me and shit. I would literally go to the club and pay the DJ, like put the shit on right now. He's like, oh,
Hmm.
I don't got that one. I'm like, cool, open your airdrop. Fuck. I probably spent like $3,000-$4,000 paying DJs to spin that shit.
Yeah.
This is like the first week or two that the shit came out.
Mm.
After the first week or two, and motherfuckers were kind of like, I don't know, I ain't heard it, da da da. And they started playing it. Every single time I would go to the club after that, that shit is on. And then it got to the point where like it's like the anthem now. Like they see me pull up to the club or whatever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you'd hear, let's go, let's go. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, Killshot, look, they put your song on. Da, da, da. Like it's fucking cool, bro. Like I'm super appreciative of Glock and of the opportunities and shit. You know, it
Hmm.
took a lot of hard work to get to that point, and that's gonna be one of my most cherished memories till the day I die. I swear, because come to find out, like almost a whole year later, they do a remix with Young Dolph.
Oh, really?
Like there's a Let's Go remix featuring Young Dolph.
I didn't even see that.
So I got like my song with Dolph as well off of Let's Go.
That's dope.
So it's a pretty crazy, you know, journey from the start of when I was trying to get in the door to that point. But I think that that goes to show, you know, my testimony. The only way for you to fail is to give up.
Hmm.
You have to keep fucking going, bro. I swear, in the times that I have had the most difficulty, roadblocks, speed bumps, closed doors, those have always been the times where I have persevered and an amazing blessing has come my way. And not only just for me, I've seen it for a lot of my peers as well, but this is something like I'm a very firm believer in, bro. Anytime I start getting resistance, pushback, shit like that, that's when I'm like, I need to lock the fuck in. Nothing is going to stop me. That's what always pushes me to a new level, a higher achievement, a better opportunity, a new introduction, furtherance of a relationship in a way that hasn't, you know, made it there yet.
Hmm.
Something always comes that's a blessing when you have adversity and obstacles in your way. If all the shit's too easy, it's not real. It's temporary. And
Yeah.
nothing's worse than having a big accomplishment that gets taken away because there's not longevity behind it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's always, that's one thing with me. Like, there's been times where I haven't been consistent as far as, my music or even doing this podcast. But, you kind of intrinsically have to tell yourself, you just got to keep going. That's just going to make the end result that much sweeter. You know what I mean? So,
Most
um,
deaf.
that's great, man. I'm so happy for you, man. Like, platinum in 3 months. That's pretty fast. I don't know how long
Yeah.
it usually takes, but that's pretty fast.
That's lightning fast for records nowadays, you know, because it's a
Yeah.
combination of streaming purchases, all the things. Like most people not getting platinum records in that kind of time frame. And right now it's already 2 times platinum. Like we're on the
Mm.
cusp of becoming 3 times platinum. Let's Go alone has over 1 billion streams.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's crazy. That's crazy. Congrats on that again, bro. That's amazing.
thank you.
Um, yeah, I also peeped. You went on tour with Kodak. I think that was maybe. I think that might have been around that time, or maybe 2024.
Yes,
Um,
it was 2024.
2024. Okay. Because I think I saw you like filming content for him and stuff like that. Um,
Yep.
what were some of the events during that time period that kind of led you into becoming his manager? Like, what was like
Mm,
the step by step progression, kind of like similar to the Key Glock situation? How did that go?
yeah. That's a great question, by the way. This is how my relationship with Kodak got started and then grew to what it is today. In 2023, I met him for the first time. I had gone to one of his shows over in Grand Prairie, Texas. Got to go backstage, like kind of chopped it with him, like
Hmm.
he got to talk to me for half a second type shit. But I'm like with him, the camp, the entourage and shit, like people know what's up. The following year, this is 2024 now. Um, he has a show in Dallas. I get a phone call from my homie. His name's Roadrun Simo. He has this big merch brand out here, RRW Global. It stands for Roadrunners Worldwide.
Hmm.
Simo calls me and is like, "Hey, bro, I gave your number to one of my homies. His name's E Money, DJ E Money. Shout out to E Money too. He's one of the main DJs at Booby Trap on the River in Miami.
Okay.
He's like, I gave your number to E Money. He's gonna call you. Whatever you do, bro, just make sure you answer." And I'm kind of like, what you signed me up for, Mo? Because when someone says some shit like that, like you just know, like
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
there's got to be something.
Uh huh.
And it's like Saturday night. It's Saturday night. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the Swexton Hotel in Dallas. This is like a 5-star hotel. My other homie that plays in the NFL, he's retired from the NFL now. His name's Devontae Harris. We call him Witch. My homie Devontae is like, hey, like I'm tapped in with the head of valet at the Swexton. Like they gonna take care of us. Let's pull up over there. So me and him are like chilling, fucking at the Swexton, having some drinks, vibing, rooftop pool, amazing view, beautiful summer Saturday night. Boom, I get the call from a Miami number. I'm like, this gotta be E Money. Foop, hello. He like, yo, Killshot. This E Money, bro. Simo gave me your number. I need you to bring a studio to my Airbnb, like right now. I'm like, all right, for sure. Like, where's your Airbnb at? He's like, I'm gonna send you the address. Just text me how far you are. So he sends me the address, pull it up. It's like an hour away. I'm like, no.
2 a.m.
I'm like, oh no. Oh no. But I'm like, fuck it. Like, all right, let me thug it out.
Hmm.
So I slide back to the crib, go pack up the studio in a bag and shit. I got a mobile studio set up. I've been traveling with artists and doing this for a long time. Amazing quality, everything. Like I'm super fast. Like this is how I got so many of my gigs because I can pull up anywhere, anytime, knock the shit out right now. So I Uber all the way over there because I'm like, ain't no fucking way I'm driving right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
tired. I was chilling. Pull up to the crib, walk in, E Money right there, dap me up, start dapping up the other people. I'm already peeping. Like I already know. I'm like, I know who this is.
Yeah.
And that's when E Money's like, you know who you came to record, right? And I'm like, nah, who? And he's like, Kodak. And I'm like, oh yeah, I bet. Hell yeah. So I set up the studio, chilling in the like media room of the Airbnb shit. That's when Yak come in. He walk over, dap me up. He like, what's good, bro? And then he'd like sit on the floor and he put on Netflix. And I forget what the fucking name of the show that we were watching. It's like all about different kingdoms, like back in the medieval era and shit. And
Okay.
it's like about Vikings and shit. And he loves Vikings.
Okay.
So like we're watching the show for like 2 hours.
Oh,
And the
shit.
show was actually fire as fuck. So like I'm kicked back on the couch watching the shit, like, yo, this is lit. It gets to like 5:30 in the morning. That's when Yak's like, hey, you ready to record? I'm like, hell yeah, got it loaded up. So he comes over, put on the beat. We knock it out like 30 minutes, bro. Fast.
Wow.
He's like, play it on the speakers for me. turned the shit up. He heard it. He's listening. He's like, yeah, bro, you coming on tour with us.
Oh wow, just like
And I'm
that.
like, I am? Like, but as I said, like I'm really fast in Pro Tools. Like I have really good like chemistry with an artist and shit. So it's like I
Mhm.
know how they want to record. I know all my shortcuts really good. My mix quality, even just off the recording, impeccable. Like most of the time, my rough mixes come out better than a lot of people's actual mixes. So it's like um, all these components combined gave me a strategic advantage. I'll say, right?
Mhm.
So everybody goes to sleep like 7 in the morning type shit. Wake up the next morning. I fell asleep on the couch, stayed at the Airbnb because he's like, yeah, we're going to wake up and record. Probably woke up like 11 a.m. type shit. And I'm thinking about it in the morning and I'm waiting for him to wake up. And I'm like, I want to go on tour, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't know for how long. I have other commitments that I like literally cannot miss.
Mhm.
And I need to get paid. Like, how am I going to do this? So I'm like, it just dawned on me. I'm like, let me just talk to bro. Like, let me just tell him what's up. Cause obviously he wants me to go. I
Mhm.
want to do the shit, but I gotta handle the logistics. Like,
Yeah.
this is a major commitment to do. So he probably wakes up like 12 o'clock, some shit, comes in. He's like, Killshot, what's good? Like, you ready to record? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, hey, I did want to talk to you real quick though. Like, I want to go on tour. These are my commitments. And this is like a job for me. So how do I get paid? I cannot make this up. Like, shout out to Yak, bro. Realest motherfucker in this shit. He grabs his like Louis Vuitton duffel bag, reaches in there, pulls out just like a fucking handful wad of $100 bills, gives it to me, and is like, is that enough for you to come for a week? And I'm like, yeah, that should do. And he's like, yeah, bro, like whatever other shit you got to do, don't worry. Like, we'll get you handled. Like, everything will be straight. Like, I just want you to come fuck with me type shit.
That's
That's
dope.
when I was like, hell yeah. Like, no convincing needed, no nothing. Like, this is how somebody who like really cares and fucks with you and like wants you to be a part of things moves.
Mhm.
That's what gave me like the confidence to say fuck it. I slid all the way back to the crib, threw as much shit as I could in a fucking suitcase.
Mhm.
And then I called my homie. I'm like, hey, I need a ride real quick, bro, because I had to go meet him at the tour bus. Like, they picked up the tour buses in Dallas.
Mhm.
So I leave the crib, go get my shit, go back to the buses, hop on the bus. From that day forward, I think I was with Yak for like 60 days straight. We went to 25 different states. Dallas was only the second show of the tour, so I got to pretty much do the entire tour with him. It was the Sexy Red for President tour. So it's
Mhm.
Sexy Red, Kodak, Bossman D-Lo, Huncho, Low Shimmy. Every city we went to, we had like the biggest artists of the city come out. We had JT from the City Girls pull up. We had Ice Spice. We had Skrilla. We had Rob 49. We had French Montana come out. Amazing, dopest opportunity ever. Like, that's what really built my relationship a lot with Yak though, is not only did he see like, you're a really good engineer, I got to produce a bunch of music for him too. We were making some amazing songs. I had a really big network of people. Like, I've been doing high level music work for years at this point. So every city I'm going to, like other engineers or camera people or whoever is tapping in with me on Instagram. They're like, yo, I see you're in the city. Like, what's up? What you got going? Da 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 da.
Mhm.
So that's where I start trying to line up plays for Yak and shit. I'm like, hey, you got an after party tonight? Bet, let's do this. Hey, you ever been to Gary V? Because Gary V's music team hit me up and shit when we were in Manhattan.
Mhm.
And they're like, yeah, let's set up the private one-on-one dinner with Yak and Gary V, da da da. Like, just hella people start tapping in and shit. That's when I feel like Yak was like, you know something, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he told me a couple times, like, you need to be my manager, bro. Like,
Oh,
he
okay.
had literally said that a couple times, like, you need to be my manager, bro.
Mm.
Because I'm just trying to plug and play, get in where you fit in. That's one of the things that if I was to give advice to somebody trying to come up in the music industry, that isn't necessarily an artist, they're one of the roles behind the scenes or, in tandem with them, fill as many gaps as you can. The way I have maintained and scaled my business is not just by focusing on engineering and production. I am a very firm believer you must invest in your skill set. The better you become at your skill, the easier it's going to be to get business for that. At the same time, you can't rely on one source of income, especially not in something like the music industry. It's very unorthodox.
Yeah.
Things don't flow in a straight line. It's like 20 fucking different rivers that all connect back together at one point. So that's where um, I just started kind of, growing my network, opening new doors, offering something with no expectation of anything in return. Just wanting to help out, genuinely provide opportunity. That's something that has taken me very far. Anyways, we do the whole tour. I get to shoot a bunch of amazing content. I'm actually working on releasing some of that at this time now, which has
Okay.
been over a year. Got a little series, The Adventures of Kodak and Killshot.
Okay.
Um, it's going to be really cool. But through this whole thing, we bust a bunch of plays. We get to stay in all the nicest hotels, go to amazing event centers and arenas and shit, meet with all the biggest artists. When we were in Manhattan, we got to go front row to the Trump rally. This is like the year he got elected.
Yeah.
Um, Kodak was a private guest invite. That's a whole nother story. That's crazy as fuck. Like,
That must have been an
but
experience right there.
let me tell you one hell of an experience. Like, I'll quickly tell the story of how that happened without
Yeah.
getting too much into the details. We're chilling at the Virgin Hotel in Manhattan, and we're all outside, like waiting. People are getting checked into their rooms and shit. Like Kodak got a Virgil Abloh Maybach Sprinter van. It's like the tan
Damn.
and the black two tone,
Mm,
badass motherfucker.
mm,
He's like, "Hey, Killshot, come here real quick, bro." We hop in the Sprinter van. We just start driving. And it's like me and him and a couple of the close homies type shit. And probably like 30, 45 minutes later, that's when I'm like, where are we going? Because if you ever been to New York, like to go 5, 10 blocks is like a 20, 30 minute drive, right?
yeah.
We weren't sitting still. We were fucking driving for
Really.
like 30 minutes, like on the highway. So I'm
Damn.
like, where the fuck are we going? Like we drove all the way damn near to Jersey type shit.
Oh shit.
Or I think it was Secaucus or some shit, which is where the Trump rally was at that day.
Mm.
Um, and I'm like, where are we going? And he's like, the Trump rally. And I'm like, what? And yeah, like we fucking got to go front row, super dope. But this is just, one of many super awesome experiences I got to do with Yak. Like I'm super, super grateful to bro. Um, it's a dream, a dream come true in a way.
Mm,
But about a year later, like in 2025,
mhm.
that's when me and him started doing more work together outside of just touring. So I go meet him up in Houston. He goes and he gets his new grill from Johnny Dang.
Yeah.
Fucking, we fly up to Boston, go to Jalen Brown's birthday,
Mhm.
fly back over to Miami. Me and him are working on music and shit. Like there was a whole bunch of events that happened where like I was back and forth working with Yak and then going back to Texas doing my own thing for a little while. It was like sometime in August of last year, August of 2025, I think.
Mhm.
He had come to Texas and he had like two shows. Like people in Texas love Kodak, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, I know.
we have a huge consumer economy out here, whether it's Dallas or Houston, Austin.
Mhm.
All the major celebrities come here, tour, make amazing money. The industry doesn't really live in Texas, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It feeds off of Texas. I got this saying all the rappers come to Dallas or to Texas They take our money, do our drugs, fuck our bitches, and then they leave.
That's a fact. You're not lying.
So, um, I shoot down to Houston, or actually, I'm sorry, I had the story backwards. He's down in Houston. He comes up to Dallas. In Dallas, we do a pop up show event at Sporting Club here in Dallas.
Okay.
That's when I link with him. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm finna go back down to Houston. I got a show at Camp, which Camp is like one of the most popping clubs out in Houston. So he's like, yeah, come with me type shit. So I meet him in Dallas. We do Sporting Club, slide down to Houston. We do the show at Camp. While we're staying in the Airbnb in Houston, he sends me a post in like a big ass group chat from TikTok, and it says like, read the comments. So I'm like talking to bro. I'm like, what is he talking about? So I like go over to his room. I'm like, Yak, what is this? And he's like on TikTok reading the comments, and he's showing me. He's like, look at what they're saying, bro. And it's like, damn, I ain't know Yak was in Dallas. It's like, I would have called off of work to come to this. Like, how come nobody told me Kodak's in Dallas?
Yeah.
So he's like, how do I do another show in Dallas, bro? I'm like, that's a great question. Let me make some calls. This is on Wednesday, okay?
Yeah.
He wants to do the show on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So I call the homie. His name's Chris. He runs headquarters. I already had talked to him in the past about trying to bring Kodak there, different things. I'm like, yo, I got a crazy idea for you, bro, if you're open to it. Call him up. He's like, listen, bro, ain't no fucking way a promoter is going to book this in 24 hours. But if you can pull it off, like, I'll fuck with you. Like, we'll make it happen. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I start getting all the promo shit, get the venue agreement, hit up the blog pages, make flyers. Got a whole fucking team of people working with me throughout this. Bring in graphic designers, get, you know, videos and artworks and shit made, all like simultaneously. Shout out to the people who were helping me on my team. We get some blog posts made with Dallas, Texas TV. We even get picked up by the local news, like Channel 8, Channel 5 News is posting like Kodak Black hosts pop-up concert in Dallas this Friday.
Yeah, we serious.
All organic.
Yeah, we serious
Like,
about Kodak.
so
yeah.
that's when the ticket sales start fucking jumping. Like I'm looking at the account, like the numbers going up. And I go show Yak. I'm like, hey, bro, this is how many tickets we already sold. He's like, damn, like, what the fuck? I'm like, he ain't really know what he's walking into type shit. I'm like, bro, I brought in private security. I hit up the homie that does merch. I got all custom merch. This is actually like part of it, like the Sniper Gang Killshot Records collab. Like, I got custom merch made. I fucking brought in all the door workers and shit. Like, bro, we went OD. I'm talking, I did not get off my phone for damn near 24 hours straight. We slide up to Dallas, get there Friday morning. The show's Friday night. Like, at this point, I'm like, this shit is real. Like, this shit's about to do numbers. Live Nation monopolizes a lot of the venues out here in Dallas or Texas specifically. That it's like, we didn't really know how this was going to go. And on the 24-hour time frame notice, like, motherfuckers ain't believe that this was gonna go like that. You know what I mean? But I'm very organized, very professional, and I also work my absolute best under high levels of pressure, bro. So I'm like geeked. I'm ready to go for this shit. When Kodak pull up, that shit is literally packed, full. I mean, wall to wall. Like, they're screaming for him. All the camera lights are on in the audience and shit. Like, we got Mr. Hit That to DJ it that night. Shout out Mr. Hit That. He's like the radio host of 97.9 The Beat and shit.
Okay.
Like, shit went flawless, bro. Amazing. Like, I'm talking like as good as it could have possibly went type shit. That was the night, like, Yak's in the bathroom of the venue and shit. And like all the Sniper Gang homies and shit are in there too. when I like go in the bathroom to go check up on him after he finishes performing, everyone's clapping for me and shit. And they're like, yeah, kill shot. And like, he give me a big ass hug. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, like, you finna be my new manager for real. Like, I need all my shows to go like this.
Mm,
Like,
that's dope.
that's when me and him got really, really locked in and shit. And he has some other people that are part of his management team. Shout out to, MJ, Omar, all the other guys who contribute and do a lot of things. Like, I'm not the solo manager, I'm part of the team. You know what I'm saying? I bring the value where I can. A lot of people work together. There's a saying: if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with a team. That's part of why there's such high levels of success is we have a very big team. One of his other engineers and producers that's on the management role is Derek. Derek's been with him since day one type shit of his career. That's somebody who I've also worked closely with that's um, made a lot of ways with everything. But as I said, that was the point when I kind of got fully accepted, brought on like
Mhm.
as a member of the shit. And that's when things started really getting like
Crazy.
next level for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Wow, that's fucking amazing, bro. Like, especially like the beginning where they're like, oh, like who the fuck is this guy? To the point where it's like, oh yeah, that's Killshot. Like everyone knows you now. Like that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Um, let's see. Are there like any? Is there anything like recently that you've been working on with him?
yeah, we one of the last things that me and him did was launch his crypto coin, $Yak. This is not just a typical meme coin. This is something that is a real artist fan token. So for people that are holding um, 25 to $50 USD equivalent, you get access to unreleased music, never before seen vlogs, a bunch of exclusive bonus content, which is actual value. A lot of these meme coins are just little
Yeah.
bullshit. They don't have utility. His actually has utility. This is something you buy and you hold because you are a fan of him. Now, for the whales, for the people that are holding the top 10 amount, which we have quite a few holders holding, a significant amount, they can get access backstage to shows. They get put on special guest lists, private invites to things that give it where if you really want to invest in some shit that gives you access like you can't get anywhere else, like this is what you need to be buying.
Mm.
And this is why, shout out to Audius. We partnered up with them. They already have a huge ecosystem of running music, meme coins, as well as, artist fan tokens as well. And we built some really unique tokenomics. The way that this works is it's a 5-year linear vested schedule where it unlocks daily for his amount. The rest of the money that is in it is permanently on chain locked liquidity. So that stays on chain for people to be able to buy and trade against. And this makes it to where the majority of the token is locked away. So most people won't even have access. There's a very limited amount of it available that makes it to where if you do buy and hold this, this is something that is rare. Not everybody can get this. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's limited to who really believes and who really wants to invest and who wants to gain access to these bonus things and events and stuff that he offers versus just like, oh, we got a meme coin and we da 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 da.
Hmm.
That's not what we built it for. We built it so that the super fans can get super access to the dopest, most exclusive Kodak content. And it's been going quite well for us. This is something we worked on for like months to get to the creation. Obviously, there's a lot of moving pieces and shit. Our main thing is security, making sure that the fans um, are safe in their investment with this and that we can deliver everything that comes from our side. So we have vaults and vaults of content. Kodak has the most craziest unreleased music catalog you could ever imagine. So
Yeah.
we picked some really cool ones that we could give out and shit. And there's new music on the way. Can't say too much, but there is a new album going to be dropping this year at some time. So be on the lookout for that. And the grind never stops, bro. You know,
Yeah.
I stay tapped in all the time. When this new one that I'm working on lands, y'all will be the first to know.
Okay. Okay. I can't wait for it. I fuck with Kodak heavy. I fuck with Kodak and Key Glock, ironically. So can't wait for that. In Dallas specifically, who do you think are some like new and upcoming producers and artists that should be getting a lot more attention or are buzzing right now that you think are going to be like
Hmm.
the next wave for Dallas?
You know, that is a great question. There's a lot of people who have serious traction and attention right now. So it's hard to put one specific name out there. What I will say is obviously Big X the plug and his team have been going crazy. 600 ENT is, you know, really
Hmm.
setting the standard for a lot of other artists coming out of the city. They're doing major things. And I fuck with all the artists over there. The next one is obviously the new Dallas wave. I've been fucking with, you know, Montana and them for years.
Hmm.
Known them since way before they were popping and rap and shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, and they're having super high levels of success. Like I congratulate anybody that's stayed down, worked hard to grind and get the shit. Very similar to, you know, my journey. The shit don't come easy, bro. And it's about who is consistent, who wants it. If you don't have a real passion for this shit, I can guarantee you, you are gonna fail because there's a lot of times where there's no money, sleepless nights, no results. You don't even have a light at the end of the tunnel to look for. All you have is your own belief and the hope that this shit is gonna work. And we got a really big market out here in Dallas, bro. You know, there's plenty for everybody to eat. I think that in terms of people really coming out of Dallas like that,
Hmm.
it's hard to just put it on one, you know? But the biggest ones, I'll say this, the biggest ones know you can have Dallas and still be nobody to the United States.
Very
It's
true.
about getting out of the city, which don't get me wrong, you can also be a millionaire and have a huge audience in Texas and find success based on our population, our economy. These are things that like it's a blessing to be in Texas to a degree. But for the people on some real industry shit that are really taking over, that are really stamping a name in the industry, they are not just in Dallas or in Texas, bro. They are everywhere. Cali, New York, Miami, Nashville, you name it, they gonna go there because that's where the industry exists. And you have to be tapped in with the industry if you want that industry recognition and that industry credibility.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. And then obviously a little bit more recently, bro, I saw you. I think you also mixed and mastered the Twisted Black and Shaq song,
Yeah,
um,
knock knock.
"Knock Knock." Yeah, and I think you're like the second person I've had on this channel that's had like or has worked with Shaq. I think I interviewed, I believe, I think his name is Jay Oliver, Fresh Air. Um, I think he had a song. I think it was Shaq and Kobe back in 2023. Um, how does working with Shaq? How is that process? Because like I see he really rapping on that shit. Like
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So,
yeah.
you know, the first time I got to work with Shaq was actually for a Ring doorbell commercial for the
Mhm.
Super Bowl back in the day, like 2022 or some shit like that. And Shaq's so fucking cool, bro. Down to earth, humble guy, so nice.
Yeah.
Loves to give game, loves to like spit knowledge and shit. Like that was my favorite thing of being around him. Like I'm asking him questions, I'm peeping, I'm like, bro, certified. Like he got real money, real knowledge, real experience. This is something that you can't
Yeah.
put a value on that. It's priceless.
Yeah.
So the way that this actually went down is through Twisted Black, who I met Twisted Black right after he had got out of the feds and shit, right? If you don't know, like Twisted Black used to be popping back early, like 2000s, late 90s type shit.
Hmm.
And he got locked up for like some shit. I don't know exactly all the logistics. You can Google it.
Hmm.
But he got like locked up for like 20 years type shit. So he had just got out like 2024 or 2025. That's when he met me. He got introduced, however, through some people type shit. And he was like, yo, I've been hearing your name. Like, you look serious. Like, help me out. So me and him had done some business. I kind of spit some game, taught him some shit, and was like, yo, I think I can get you into the door with Empire. Like, my homies over in Cali have been with Empire since day one. Like, I think it would be a good avenue for you. They open up doors for artists and shit. Like, this is probably the quickest way to get, some shit popping because you already are somebody. Like, you already got motion.
Yeah.
So I get him hooked up with Empire. I mix and master a couple albums and shit for him along the way. He ends up like doing a No Jumper podcast and getting some features and traveling and doing a bunch of dope ass shit that I'm super fucking proud of. Twisted Black, bro. He's one of the people, he got a real passion for this shit. That's why he's having the success he's having. Well, he hits me up and he's like, hey, bro, you seen that new shit on Instagram? I'm like, nah, what you talking about? He's like, you seen Shaq was like in the gym working out to my song? And I did actually see that clip. I'm like, yeah, I seen that. And he's like, yeah, so Shaq want to hop on the remix of that song. It's called Knock Knock. Like, I think you had mixed it for me before. Like, you think you could like redo it once he gets on it type shit? I'm like, hell yeah, let's put it together. So that's when he's like, all right, Shaq finna come to Fort Worth. We gonna shoot the music video, all the shit. Like, end up doing the song for him and shit. And I don't even know how to put this. Whoever recorded the song sent me some fucking bullshit, bro. I'm not even
Oh,
gonna lie.
really?
Like, not trying to throw anybody under the bus and shit, but it was clear to me they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So when I get the files, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's no way. But then I'm like, all right, well, we don't really have much
Yeah.
of a choice. Let me make some magic happen. So I'm like fucking downloading all these fucking AI plugins and like audio restoring the shit and EQing the fuck out of it. And I'm like, I'm gonna get this shit right. Sent it back to him. He's like, wow, bro, this shit sounds amazing. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Get in with me.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And I knew, I'm like, I fucking worked so hard on that. I'm using like all my best techniques and tools and shit to get it right.
Mhm.
That's when I'm like, yeah, this gonna do something. And it's been going up. Like, I fuck with the song. Everybody has great things to say about it. Shaq really rapped his ass off on it too. Like,
Yeah.
so another one, to add to the resume. Always grateful to get opportunities like that, bro. One thing that I'll say is when you are coming up and you get like these accomplishments, they feel really good for like a week, like 2 weeks. And when you have like that hunger and that ambition, that's when it's like, yeah, like what's next?
Right. Mhm.
What's next? How am I gonna one up the last thing I did? Because once you start getting to certain
Yeah.
levels, it's like,
Oh,
how am
yeah.
I gonna supersede this? And you know, Lord willing, there's a will, there's a way. I have another saying I'll share with you,
Mhm.
and that is luck equals preparation meeting opportunity.
Mhm.
So you don't got to get ready if you stay ready. That's why they call me Killshot, because I'm locked and loaded and I never miss.
Facts. Facts. Speaking about like what's next, like where well obviously I know I asked, I think the last time I asked this. I usually do ask this, but it's like a lot of people don't really know where they're gonna be like 5 years from now or 4 years from now. So I would just say, what's next for you? What do you think is on the horizon? Who are some maybe dream collabs that you want to work with? Or I don't even think it could be a dream at this point because you're on the way up. You just gotta manifest it. Put that hard work in. That anything can happen. Um, but who are some dream collabs that you're trying to maybe look for, or where do you see yourself? I'll say a year from now.
I've worked with so many amazing artists. I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that have come my way. If there was one artist that I haven't worked with yet that I'm like, I want to work with them, probably Drake.
Hmm. Why not?
Maybe Bad Bunny or something,
Bad Bunny would be dope.
But
That would be dope.
um,
That would be dope.
in terms of where I see myself in a year, where my primary focus is existing right now is in the management world. I have my own management company. It's called Industry Standard Management. You can check out my website, industrystandardmanagement.com.
Hmm.
We only work with select clients. The way my management company works is we are project management. I'm not a day to day manager for anybody. I do project based tasks. So it's like if you have a goal in mind, you want to accomplish it, we draw up a plan, we give a time frame, we execute. Upon delivery, it's good. Now, a lot of times that gets people to want to rehire us, bring us on, do further projects because obviously I'm very good at what I do.
Hmm.
And part of the systems that I build with industry standard management is automated AI infrastructure, business development, web development. We're doing all types of things to build your brand, whether it's through your social media, whether it's having a professional website, whether it's setting up your LLCs, whether it's like structuring from the ground up or from the mid up, or if you're at the top and now you want to go buku crazy and you want fucking granite floors with, LED lights shining through them. There's
Hmm.
nothing that's out of reach for me, if that makes sense. I've
Okay.
specialized in catering to a very high level celebrity type client for many years. So, because of that, not only am I able to recreate results for other people who have seen those high levels of success, I'm also able to help the entry level and the intermediate level people quickly scale, unlock doors that they might not have known how to get to or may not have ever even thought of previous to meeting or working with me. The one thing that I say and I'll always say is a lot of people do music, but they forget this is the music business. If your business is not right, there is no foundation to build on. You can have all the clout, you can have all the passion, you can have all the everything, but if you don't have a business set up, there is nothing I can manage.
Hmm.
So many people contact me like, yo, I want you to be my manager, bro. I just need a chance. Give me an opportunity. I'm like, okay, what do you have to manage? They're like, I'm getting ready to drop a song, bro. I'm like, okay. And
Hmm.
at that point, it's easy to identify you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, you don't have the essential components that is going to actually build a scalable, recognizable brand for people to, number one, attach to, and number two, spend money with. Because the goal of anybody doing this music shit is to make money. If you don't have a business set up, you
Yep.
can't make money because money flows through a business. Understanding expenses, taxes, overhead. These are all things that are so important, bro. It is essential. The reason why I specialize in this and why I always tell artists to come hire somebody to do this that is credible, that actually has experience, is because when you're an artist, you want to focus on being creative. You show up, you get paid to do an hour-long performance, you skate. You come to the studio, you're there for 2, 3, 4 hours, you record a song or two, and you skate. If you got to oversee and micromanage your whole fucking team, you have no time to focus on being the artist. Your creativity dies. You can't be creative and analytical at the same time. It just doesn't work. So that's where for me, I think being an engineer has definitely given me a huge advantage working in the management role because as an engineer, you have to be attention to detail oriented and precise, but you also are creative with things. So it is a unique hybrid situation where I kind of have to wear both hats at the same time.
Hmm.
Most people are not capable of doing that though. You're either in the creative mode or you are in the logical execution mode. And for artists specifically, we want them to be creative. That's when they perform their best. It's when they have the best ideas. It's when they are just genuine, organic, natural, nonchalant. These are things that are attractive. It's an aura of confidence. And when they can focus on doing that and they bring somebody like me in to focus on running the business and overseeing things, their results compound so much quicker, bro. I'm
Mhm.
talking what would be a 3 to 5 month task is like 3 to 5 days. At least the feeling of that. Sometimes it's realistically 3 to 5 weeks, or maybe it is 3 to 5 months. It's hard to put an exact time frame because that's just not how the world works.
Yeah.
But when you can remove the roadblocks, when you have less detours to get to your final destination, tends to come a lot quicker. Most of the time, you need a GPS. In order to get to the destination, you got to tell the GPS what the endpoint is. That's me. And they're like, hey, I want to do this and I want to grow my social media and I want to release a song and promote it and get a bunch of pre-saves, and I'm looking to get on playlisting, and I want to run a marketing campaign and I want to feature from this artist and I want to set up a show. I'm like writing notes. I'm like, these are great ideas. Amazing. Thank you for letting me know exactly what you want.
Mhm.
That's when I come in and I'm like, all right, cool. This is what you want to do. This is the actual roadmap of how we're going to get there. This is what other people have successfully done. This is proven time and time again to work. No guessing. No, I think it's going to, this is what people do. This is what we're going to do. If you have the patience, if you have the budget, if you have the commitment, that's the biggest one, the commitment, bro. People will always say, yeah, let's do it. Let's lock in right now. And then 2 or 3 days later, they're ghosts. They're like, "Oh, my bad, bro. My baby mama, da 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 da." And I had to go get my tire on my car changed, and my
Yeah.
phone bill was late. And I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Mhm.
Because the reality is, at the level of business I operate, it doesn't matter if a fucking flaming meteor flew out of the sky and killed my grandma and did this and did that. People don't want a fucking excuse, bro. They want their result and they want what they paid for. And unfortunately, there's no room for emotions or excuses in business. You either have results or you don't. And for people who are not focused on results, you are not going to get very far, unfortunately, because the world doesn't care about what you think or how you feel. It cares about what you have and what you can prove.
That's
Point
a
blank,
fact.
period.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I was also hearing you talk. I had another question. What do you say about the artists that they might be independent artists coming up into the game, and they might have had some people try to manage them in the past, and the business wasn't good. It wasn't good enough, or it wasn't to their liking. Um, do you think the artist that is creative, that wants to also be more brand conscious and focus on their brand as well, do you think that every artist should try to find someone that's legit, or are there some artists that can actually do both that you've seen maybe like in your actual life? Have you seen an artist that has been able to focus on the brand and the creative and get some kind of level of success as well?
Rarely, maybe it's there. This is what I will say. When you're coming up and you're trying to build your team, okay? A lot of times people will be like, "Oh, don't make your best friend your manager and da 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 and all this shit because they're not professional and you got to teach them the shit." And I actually don't fully believe in that. I agree in certain ways. What I'll say is when you're first getting started, bro, you need people you can trust. Not just trust not to fuck you over, trust to deliver, to have your back, to show up consistently, to work without getting paid, to, you know,
Hmm.
contribute without expecting a lot in return. So when you do get to the point where you have that kind of pump of motion, where you have the wave coming and you're trying to ride it a little bit, right? You need to then obtain the professionals, but you don't want to have to oversee it. You need the people you can trust that are going to have your back to also keep contributing along the way. Because as I said, the people that go the farthest have the biggest team. So the goal is not like, oh, I'm gonna just pick a little team of people and this is who I'm gonna run with forever. It's I'm gonna pick the people I can rely on, and I'm gonna continue obtaining as many new members as I can to keep scaling what I have. Because no one person runs a million or $1 billion corporation. If you can find them, please let me know.
It's true.
It's impossible. It quite literally is impossible. And maybe with like AI and shit, somebody will figure this out in the next
Yeah,
5 years or something. But
yeah.
at this current point in time, it's too much to do. You can't do it. You need attorneys, you need tax people, you need accountants, you need HR department, you need regular employees, you need managers, you need executives, you need vice presidents, you need so many different roles, bro.
Mhm.
And that is what breeds longevity. You know, if I could give any advice to somebody that wanted to actually build something out in the music industry that had scalability and that longevity scope, it would be look at how other businesses are structured and figure out what the essential roles are that you need for you. You don't need what $100 million corporation has because you're doing a different type of business. But you do need the essential roles. If you were to scale it down and understand what is the bare minimum a corporation like this needs to operate, those are the roles you need to plug and play, at least in the beginning. At that point, that's when, as you evolve, as you get money coming in, as you actually have capital to invest. Because if you don't have any money, it's going to be very hard to recruit new people, to
Yeah.
tour, to build anything. When you have the money coming in, that's when you start figuring out, how do I really use this shit? Where do I focus my investment at to create opportunities that last?
Mm. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Hey man, I appreciate you coming on again, bro. This was
Most def,
I
bro.
got a lot of game, man. It's probably gonna be an interview I watch over again and again, you know, because I'm trying to get into music, back into music at least. Last time I dropped was like 2023, so definitely a lot of gems, man. But what would you say before you go? What would you say is the number one biggest thing in 2026 for a new artist to focus on?
If I was a new artist in 2026 and I wanted to figure out how to make money and actually scale, there's only two things that you should be focused on. Number one, social media. Number two, AI. If you are not using AI to handle the logistics of your business, to help promote your stuff, to create content, to do the things that you would have to pay somebody else to do, you're asleep and you're missing out. You can look at anybody. We'll take Snoop Dogg, for example. He has Death Row AI. They make all kinds of promo content and dope ass videos and shit. This is all marketing his brand, his music, his products. He's a genius. If you look at what the top people, the richest people, the most successful people are doing, they're all using AI. There's a reason there is so much money flowing through this, and it's because it is the future. For anybody who is not aware, we'll use Bitcoin as an example. In 2013, they said Bitcoin's the future, Bitcoin's the future. People were like, fuck that Bitcoin shit. But if they'd have bought it then, where would they be now? Up millions. And it's always in the early phases that people don't believe in shit. But longer down the line, they're like, fuck, I should have done that.
Mhm.
And that is where AI currently is, which actually we are kind of already advancing towards AI just being the normal adopted thing, which is why I stress, if you're not focused on learning the tools, using it for your content, actually implementing it into your current system, by the time you do realize it, you're going to be outpriced. You're going to have too much of a learning curve, and it's going to be saturated and flooded because it's going to be what everybody's doing. That's why when a window of opportunity opens, bro, you have to know how to enter it. There's always a new window of opportunity opening in any industry, in any facet of the world, but it's only open for so long. And if you miss that window, you're stuck in limbo waiting for the next window to open. And that is the worst situation to be in because you don't know when. And it's not only you don't know when it's going to open, a lot of times you don't know where to look for the window. So with something like this, it's a wide open fucking lane that most people are just choosing not to engage with. And that's what's putting them behind. I'll circle back to the social media point. Social media is the largest way to get organic, free views. There are so many different platforms that you can get organic engagement for free. And if you're not taking advantage of that, you're never going to scale because you're not going to have enough eyes on you. You cannot physically go meet as many people as you can through social media. And the one thing I think most people are missing on social media is portraying their story, their journey. People
Mm-hmm.
want to see you elevate and come up. You can post all the lifestyle shit and flex and be in the fucking G Wagon and have your money and wear your Gucci. Nobody cares about that because when people perceive you are successful, they're not going to support you the same. When people see you're working and you're grinding and you're growing, they will tag along to see where you end up. You have to create that scope. You have to create that journey so that people can relate to it. It doesn't matter if you're above them, if you're below them, if you're at the same point as them. They want to see growth over time. And that is where most of these artists are not using their social media properly. Yeah, you can post your song snippets over and over and over. They're going to fucking mute your account because they're tired of hearing that shit. But if you're like, yo, guys, today I got a studio session, I'm going to go live for 30 minutes. I'm going to show you an unreleased record that I have. I'm going to show you a day in the life of an artist that's not music related things. Oh, you think because I'm wearing this $3,000 Gucci fit that I don't have to do laundry still? Well, look at this. Everybody's got to wash their fucking boxers and their socks. And oh, look, I got to do dishes too. Let me put them in the dishwasher, which sounds dumb and superficial, but it's real.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a world where everything is fake, bro. Everybody wants this perception. There's no reality behind it. But the truth is, most people don't live like that. So by portraying or creating this false narrative, you actually turn your audience off.
Mm. I
So
see.
it's important to, number one, find ways to relate to a real audience. We are all humans. We all shit the same, piss the same. We all have to eat. We all have to drink water. These are essential things. We have to breathe the same air. Okay. Number two, get ahead of the trends. If people are talking about it, that means you should be talking about it too. If a group of people are engaged with something, AI, for example, you're like, nah, fuck that AI shit. You're an idiot. Literally. You're basically saying, like, oh, this is an opportunity. I don't need that. And when you don't get the result you're looking for, you only have one person to blame. It is yourself. So I leave it at that. Alex, my guy, I appreciate you for having me. This has been a great podcast, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. A lot of gems, bro. I know you're probably a busy guy, but again, appreciate it again, bro. I'm gonna listen to this shit over and over and over again. So it's a lot of game, a lot of game. I appreciate you, bro, for coming on.
Hell yeah.
All right.
100. Peace out, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you subscribe, drop a
Yeah.
comment, drop a like, share the video. You already know.
You already know. Like and subscribe, all that good shit, man. And make sure y'all follow Killshot on Instagram, all social media. Actually, tell them where to find you on
Yeah.
social media.
You can check me out. My Instagram, Killshot ENG, like engineer. If you want to find links to all my social media and platforms, you can check out my website. It's killshoteng.com. I got the link me in my Instagram profile that'll take you everywhere too. If you really, really, really want to continue seeing, getting free gems, tapping in, following the journey, hit that follow button. You dig? We going up. This shit ain't stopping no time soon. Shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to my haters too. Y'all are the reason why I'm popping, and thank you.
Facts, big facts. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you, brother.